back to Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. I'm Flex, and today we're diving into a full top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to start from the higher time frames, work our way down to the lower time frames, and check to see if we find any good setups. Now remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. Alright guys, so yesterday I left you guys off with an inverted head and shoulder on the 15-minute chart, and as you guys can see, I'm going to press play here so we could see how this played out. But when I did this measured move, the right shoulder hadn't been made yet, so I anticipated that this could have been an inverted head and shoulder. It could have not been, but to our favor it did, and the measured move would have taken us all the way to 107,200. And even though the right shoulder didn't get formed right here, it did get formed later on. Now while this right shoulder was getting formed, I was getting a little bit scared because it was looking like it was going to go below the head, and usually that would negate the inverted head and shoulder. But as you can see, the right shoulder was made a little bit later on and right to the 200 moving average and beyond. Currently guys, the price of Bitcoin is at $109,537, so we pretty much went up $2,000 more than the anticipated measured move. And as you guys can see, this pattern here is the flag pattern that I have drawn out on the 4-hour chart that I did not want to get rid of yesterday just in case we got back in it, and like clockwork we did. This is why I love technical analysis. Congratulations to anyone who took this trade. This was a very big win for the Flex Candle channel. As you can see, we're still going up on this video here, so again, congratulations on whoever took this. Let's let it finish playing out. This was a gigantic move. We went above the 200 moving average, above the 21 moving average. We recovered everything pretty much. Now that this played out, let's just delete this so that everything is not too cluttered. And now let's start off with the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, we have here a green candle so far. Yesterday we were red. The 21 moving average is at 95,674. We still have 4 days before this candle closes, but it kind of looks like we're getting a curve back up on the stochastic here, RSI, so that's starting to be bullish. Right now it is 3 p.m. Eastern time, so the daily candle closes in about 5 hours. Now we take a look at the 3-day chart. The stochastics are coming up. We're above the 21 moving average. This is bullish. The 2-day chart, this has me a little worried because it's starting to curve over, but we were losing the 21 moving average and now we have regained it. That is bullish. Yesterday we were losing also the 21 moving average. We happened to close right above it yesterday, and now look at this green engulfing candle that we have. Look at the RSI is pointing up, and the stochastic here might make another hump up. Let's see what ends up happening. Yesterday it looked like it was going to go straight down, but things change from one day to another. That's why it's important to look at these top-down analysis. Now the stochastic RSI in the 22-hour chart, you can see that a curve is happening. Yesterday I told you guys, since this is already low, this might favor the daily and we might get a pump up. We're again above the 21 moving average. This is bullish. Take a look at the stochastic on all the other time frames. 12 hour is bullish, we're on the way up. 10 hour we're bullish, we're back above the 21 moving average. On the 8 hour, the stochastics still have a lot of room to go up, and again we have one candle close, and now soon hopefully on the second candle above the 21 moving average. On the 6 hour here we have more room on the stochastic RSI to move up. Now on the 4-hour chart, this is where I have the flag, and as you guys can see, I have 2 flags happening here. This is the first flag that made most of the measured move. This one takes us to about 110,400. You know, so far we made it all the way to 109,700. To me, this is a winning trade already. I don't have to wait for the measured move. That's the potential that it has. Then I drew the second flag. Yesterday it got scary. We got below the 200 moving average. That was starting to make me into a bear, but there was not enough confirmation, and that's why I didn't get rid of this flag. I said, let me leave it there a few more days just in case we get back up, and we did. Look at all these green candles coming up, and again the full measured move to this one is about 111,000. It looks like we could make it to 110. The stochastic RSI still has room to continue moving up here, but we have made a large move, so maybe we could get a pullback, but I still consider these two being a winning trade at the moment. As soon as you're in profits, it's a winning trade. Now let's take off the patterns so we can see the 21 moving average is at 107,388. So if we keep on going up, maybe we'll make it to 110,500 today, maybe even 111. But as we move away from the 21, just remember we will either have to go sideways or come back down to touch that 21 moving average. On the 3-hour chart, again this is bullish. We're above all the averages. Stochastics are getting a little bit high. The 2-hour chart as well, we're getting toppy here. We're starting to drag. On the 1-hour chart, we're really far away from the 21 moving average. Is at 107,000 107,436. As you can see, we have two humps here, so I'm thinking that we are going to start making a move back down at least to this 21 moving average as support, which is at 107,435. Maybe we go sideways and the 21 moving average continues going up, and maybe we only come down to like 108,000, 108,500. Let's see what ends up happening. RSI is also a little bit toppy, so I'm seeing a little downside for right now, but that doesn't mean we're going to go all the way down. 45 minutes toppy, 30 minutes toppy as well. There, the 21 is at 108,302, and the 15-minute chart that has given us two great plays in the last 2 days. We had first that head and shoulder pattern from the other day that played out, and then yesterday's inverted head and shoulder that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So the 15-minute has been good to us in the past couple of days. Right now I'm seeing us flagging out here, so let's see what I could come up with at the moment. I kind of see a flag on the 15. It's a little flat on the top, and as you can see, we're going up. This might be an ascending triangle. Let's just see for fun what the measured move of this would be, and if this flag hits and we don't go down, it'll take us to 111,728. Now I don't know if this flag is going to play out just because the 1 hour is kind of far away from the 21 and the stochastics are pretty toppy, but we are close to the 21 moving average here on the 15-minute, which is at 108,900. Again, let's leave it here for fun. You never know, the 15-minute has been good to us recently, so maybe we could make it. So right now, guys, what I'm anticipating is for this 4-hour flag to eventually play out. 4-hour flag is going to at least 110,500 to 111,000, so I expect that range. If we do fall down, I expect us to have some type of support at 107,000. Today things are looking a little bit bullish, but remember, things are starting to get a little toppy, so we might have one more leg in us for today, and then I expect this to go sideways or come down. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is Flex Candle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.